cool because it's a different perspective that a lot of these people have never seen, have never known, and we'll see what happens.
I mean, he's certainly an amazing human being to have made himself president. I mean, it's astonishing.
It is.
And all the firsts that he's achieved.
One of the lines from his speech was something along the lines of, you know, in a country where 60 years ago his father wouldn't have been served in a restaurant, he was able to grow up and take the most sacred oath in the land.
Yeah,
right.
It is truly amazing. It truly is. It's an historic day. And
I didn't know if I would live to see this day.
That's what a lot of people have been saying. Yeah.
So happy that it's happened this early in my life. It's a wonderful day.
Well, I think it speaks to it kind of speaks to the kind of people that we have here in the United States of America. I think look what can happen here, you know. And I think the world is proud of us too, in this, which is very cool.
Based on the amount of partying that was going on today around the world, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
So
I think they said in Kenya, in the capital of Kenya, they've been singing for 3 days.
Wow. Wow. It is very cool.
Something along the lines of 76%, 75% of French citizens that were polled respect and have faith in Obama. It's one economist even went out on a limb and said that the election of Obama, because of the confidence that he inspires in people around the world, may have a measurable impact on shortening this economic downturn.
That would be very cool.
Because, knock on wood, because one of the big things being confidence, consumer confidence and such, and that's how people feel about their futures.
Yeah. Certainly, he has got a tough row to hoe in this.
He has some big shoes to fill.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but obviously he's a very, very bright man. There's no doubt about it. So, you go Obama. So,
hope the dog likes it too. His dog.
I don't know. Have they settled on one for the kids yet?
Yes, they have.
Did they?
Yes, they have. Yeah.
What kind of dog did they get?
I'm not quite sure what
I don't know.
Was, but I know that
they've got one.
That they found one.
I think he was supposed to get it before they moved into the White House. So.
Yeah. Well, it's obligatory.
That was a priority.
It's obligatory to have kids and a pet when you're in the White House.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That was the priority for Michelle and the other one.
Yep, they promised the daughters.
Yeah, that's cool. Got to have a White House dog. So,
hopefully not one that bites the fingers of the press.
Well, that would be funny, though. Well, Shasta would make a good White House dog.
Yes.
it's like, nah, you ain't coming in here.
Shasta would be issued a Secret Service badge.
Yeah, Shasta's so funny. Shasta is Father Russ's dog, and we love Shasta. So.
We love Shasta because Shasta loves us.
Yeah.
If Shasta didn't like us, I don't think you'd find her so adorable.
Probably not. Shasta's 60 pounds of jaw muscle. Good evening, NLC Trans. You're on the air. Hello? Uh-oh. We're not working again. Sorry.
Well, that sounds like a hang-up.
I think that was a hang-up, yeah. Okay. Anyway.
I don't know.
So where were we? We were drinking coffee and talking about the president.
And talking about the president, yep.
So what's going on the calendar? I know there's a bunch of stuff coming up, and I have been so...
Let's see. I think the next thing, actually, in 2 weeks, on February 3rd, we have, as a guest on the show, we have two people coming in. One is is one of the youth coordinators from True Colors, which is a sexual minority support group. True Colors sponsors the conference at UConn in March, and then along with her is a guy from New Haven that runs a transsexual youth support group. He works primarily with 13 to 16-year-old kids, from the information I got.
That's cool.
the two of them are going to be talking about trans youth in the state and the conference that's coming up in March.
Wow. So that's the February 3rd.
February 3rd, 2 weeks, 2 more shows.
Okay, cool. And how about Brandy? Is she coming on, or how's she?
I've been trying to coax her into coming on, and
She's probably watching, so...
probably.
Yeah. Hi, Brandy.
I'm sorry I missed meeting you.
Brandy's a sweetheart, and we want her to come on the show. So, so come on. You know, you could come on tonight if you want. Come on down.
Yeah. Where she's coming from, that might not...
Probably not going to make it, but anyway, yeah. So hopefully she'll come on.
Yeah, and talking to her about it and trying to...
Yeah, and you introduced us to a couple other folks, that Penny and Donna, that we hope to have on in the future.
Yes. In fact, I want to talk about that briefly.
Okay.
I have been communicating with Donna a bit on that, and we're going to try to do it's going to wind up being a double show. It'll probably be, because Donna does a presentation. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it. I described it as the perception of how we perceive discrimination and prejudice.
Well, she started a group called Think Twice.
Think Twice.
Right. You know, basically accepting that everybody's going to have a first impression, but before you talk about it, before you make comments, before you act about it, think twice.
Right.
Because, you know, your first impressions are not probably accurate, and instead of crossing that line into discriminatory actions and behavior and speech, think twice.
Right.
You know, think about what you're about to do or say.
And it's very cool. It looks like this is going to be a very cool thing. And we're going to do this. We're actually going to do her presentation. The presentation is an hour and a half long, so it's going to be a double show. We're going to probably start on our show and then roll into Father Russ's show, something like that. And so it's probably going to be a taped show.
Do you have a date on that?
No date on that as of yet. I'm working on that. I've been communicating with Donna, and in fact, Donna and I were talking about the possibility of doing this at a college, and I suggested that we might possibly be able to do something at Mitchell. So I contacted Dr. Broccoli, Taylor Broccoli. I have not heard back from her yet. If you're watching, Dr. Broccoli, I sent you an email today about possibly doing this at the college, at Mitchell College, and we would do this and have the students as an audience, and it would be sort of an audience interactive PowerPoint presentation thing that she does.
There's also a Professor Mannion, I think her first name's Susan, at Conn College. I might have the first name wrong. The last name I'm pretty sure is Mannion, who's head of the LGBT center there, who I've heard from people that interact with the college is looking for...
Oh, really?
Yeah, support, looking for somebody who wants to do something.
Man, yeah. What's her first name?
I don't remember. I think it's Susan, but I don't know if that's right.
Okay.
But
that's a nice college.
M-A-N-I-O-N.
Yeah, I've been over there. That's a very lovely place.
But also local here in New London.
Yeah, but we certainly have a connection with Mitchell College,
We do.
and Dr. Broccoli, who is a sweetheart. Yeah, she is an absolute sweetheart. And so if we can put something together here, this would be great. So that's what we're working on. So at some point in the probably not too far distant future, we're going to try to do that presentation with Donna. So that would be very, very cool. And we're looking forward to that.
Even if it takes up 2 of our shows.
Right.
10-minute intro and half of her presentation.
Yeah. I know Father Russ was very interested in doing it, so so we'll probably wind up doing... And I was thinking we would do this, if we do this at the college, we'll probably do both shows sort of at once. We'll all be on
Right.
and do the presentation and just do a 2-hour show. And then we'll just split it up, which...
Well, they do that on TV all the night, right?
Yeah.
All the time. Spread over Tuesday and Wednesday from 8 to 9.
Yep, to be continued.
Tune in for the mini-series.
Yeah, so it'll be cool. So we're going to do that. We have a call.
Going to try us again? Cross your fingers.
Good evening, NLC Trans. You're on the air.
Hi, it's Tambria.
Hi, Tambria.
Hi, you ladies look lovely.
Oh, thank
Ellie,
you.
You look very inaugural. You should go to the ball.
She's ready for the presidential balls.
Well, that's
Where's your
right.
invitation?
Yeah.
I just called to to kind of comment on